Don't you think that when we meet up, it's actually getting harder now to have a good time? Do you really want to go hiking? Hiking for fun?
Yeah.
In fucking Sweden?
Yeah, I do.
Where the fuck is it? Huh? There's more!
Stop fucking crying.
Now fucking move.
Give me your wallet.
2017 has been a very mixed year for horror, so far anyway. We've had some fairly terrible movies like Rings, The Bye-Bye Man, and Annabelle Creation, but we've also had some unique and memorable films such as Get Out, It Comes at Night, and the new adaptation of Stephen King's It. Personally, I'm still holding out for films such as Happy Death Day, Jigsaw, and Creep 2 to be great, but one film I didn't expect to enjoy at all was The Ritual. I saw the trailer before my screening of It, and it looked to be just another throwaway horror movie trying to be the next Blair Witch Project. Thankfully, the film's trailer was just a poor attempt at showing what the film is actually like and shouldn't be used to assess the quality of the movie. The film's premise isn't entirely original. I mean, a bunch of friends who decide to go hiking and save time by cutting through an eerie-looking forest? This sort of premise has been done to death in movies, and even though director David Bruckner tries to set his film apart from the rest, the final product ends up feeling fairly cliché. Where the film does shine is with its cast of characters, the four friends on their hiking adventure which takes a sour turn for the worst. Our protagonist Luke is the most interesting fleshed out character of the bunch, and I was surprised to find out that the first act of the movie is mainly centered around character development, which really gave us a chance to learn and care for these characters. After witnessing the murder of his friend Robert, Luke suffers incredible guilt and feels as if he's responsible for Robert's death, as he chose to hide instead of step in and try and protect his friend. Spall does a good job of portraying Luke by going the quiet and reserved route for the first half of the movie, and while I wouldn't say there were any standout performances, everybody involved did well with the material they had, and the banter between the friends kept things interesting and was good fun to watch. One of the things I absolutely loved about this movie was how it looked visually. Director of photography Andrew Schulkind, I hope I didn't butcher your name, you did an incredible job on making the audience feel like they were in the woods with these friends. The incredible overhead shots of the area truly make the forest feel like its own character, which I adored. However, some of the scenes shot at night are hard to make out due to how dark it is at times, but during the daytime sequences, the film looks visually stunning. One of the weaker aspects of the movie is the horror. I'd actually hesitate to even call this movie a horror flick and feel like if it was marketed as a thriller, people would have enjoyed this movie a little more, judging from some of the mixed reception it received after its premiere at TIFF and the surprise screening via Odeon's Scream Unseen program, which is how I saw the film early. Although there are a few unsettling images and scenes scoured throughout, I wouldn't say any of it was that scary. For the majority of the second act, the horror comes from the friends discovering horrific things such as a bear pinned up to a tree with its guts ripped out. Like I said before, not entirely original, but still fairly unsettling. When the friends realize they're going to have to find shelter on the first night of their venture into the woods, they decide to stay the night in an abandoned cabin which has strange markings inside, similar to ones they've seen on some of the trees outside. After searching the house for items to start a fire, they discover a strange pagan-esque headless creature in the basement, which looks like something ripped directly out of The Wicker Man. After discovering this strange figure, the friends all try to get some sleep but are each haunted by nightmares. Although we get to hear about most of them, the only ones we get to experience visually are Luke's. All of them reside in the shop where Robert was murdered, and each one of these gets progressively more and more disturbing throughout the course of the film and the nightmares. Without going into spoiler territory, the third act of the movie caught me off guard and really surprised me. As I said before, the trailer made it seem as if this film was just trying to be the next Blair Witch Project, but once the true nature of the film is revealed, I was on the edge of my seat until the credits rolled. The film has, surprisingly, a lot of charm and humor. There's a few moments during the film, especially during the third act, which had me and the entire audience I was with in hysterics. It also might contain my favorite visual gag of the entire year involving Luke and an old lady. The film takes itself fairly seriously, but knows when to have some fun and lighten up the tone a little. But this isn't a comedy. This isn't a comedy horror like Zombieland or Shaun of the Dead, so if you're expecting something along the lines of those, you're going to be fairly disappointed. The humor's definitely a welcome addition though. Overall, The Ritual was a very fun time. Although I wouldn't say it's my favorite horror or thriller movie of the year, it does a great job of making you feel lost in the woods with these characters, and with a surprising shift in tone during the third act, the movie never feels boring or uninteresting. Good performances, stunning visuals, and an entertaining, albeit cliché premise make for a solid directorial debut feature. I'm looking forward to seeing more from Bruckner in the future, and if his work is any indication of how versatile he is as a horror filmmaker, he previously worked on the first short in a horror anthology VHS, which was then adapted into the movie Siren, then I guess we're all in for a treat. I'd give this one a decent to strong 7. Right, so that's the first time I've ever attempted to review a movie, and I feel like I did a fairly decent job. I'm new to this sort of stuff. If you've stumbled across me and don't really know who I am, just you found a video on YouTube or wherever this is, then hi, I'm Corey. I make music and love films. My music's on my channel. There'll be some links in the description, and a written version of this review is up on my WordPress account, which I'll also link in the description. If you guys want to hear any more reviews like this, of any movies coming out soon, films that are already out, or just anything really, like it doesn't even have to be film related, it could be a video game, music, anything, I'm down. Feel free to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, or do any of that other stereotypical shit that other people ask you to do. See ya.